Is there anything
Yeah.
else that gives you hope other than just waking up?
Um, well, yeah, hoping. That's a good question. Uh,
Is it important for us to know what gives us hope?
um,
Um, all right. And what'd you say your name was?
Andy.
Andy. Okay. Andy.
Correct.
Okay.
But yeah, what basically we do is we ask people about something that they believe, like a strongly held belief generally, and it's a respectful conversation where it's like we just like to understand like why you believe it and the reason for your belief.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's been traveling all over the United States doing this with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I had met him online. There's a whole group of us that do this, and this is my first time meeting him, so that's part of the
Okay.
reason he's here. So
All right.
yeah, what's up, buddy?
All right. Hopefully that'll improve. So you have about 10 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm retired. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Just
nice.
out for a stroll.
Yeah. Yeah. I take this guy out
With
to
Milo?
special places. Yeah. Yep.
What do you do now with all your time?
Well, I was fishing this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah. I went down the Lehigh River
nice.
We were
in a
just talking
boat.
about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
To interview.
All right. So I'll kind of explain what I'm doing here.
Hey, Milo.
Woo!
Milo, he feels very strong. Come on. Milo. Behave. Behave. I know. We'll get him next time.
They're like, pick on something your own size, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So basically what I'm doing is I'm conducting interviews with folks in different communities.
Okay.
And basically it's something about uh, something that you think is true, something that's meaningful to you. And I basically ask questions that explore how you arrived at the conclusion and what supports your confidence that it's true. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, is there something on your mind that you want to explore? Another way that I put it is if you found out tomorrow it was not true, it would change your behavior.
Oh. Yeah, probably would. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But something that I believe strongly in. Um. What does it have to be political or?
It can be about anything. Something that you feel pretty confident in.
Something I feel confident in.
Yeah. And the more meaningful the topic is to you, the more meaningful the interview will be.
independent thinker. Well, you have to work, uh, to function in society. I mean,
Okay. Like employment? You want to talk about employment? The value of employment or the necessity of employment?
well, it is a necessity, I think. You
Okay.
know, and then it's also value that you feel good about what you do.
Okay. So is this something like um, a a job is more meaningful if it's something that brings you purpose or meaning? Something like that?
Yes,
Okay.
purpose. Yeah.
Okay. So a a, a a job or like how could we phrase this in a positive statement that I can ask questions about? Like um, how do you think that we could we could phrase this idea?
I think that work is important. I mean, a guy like myself, I'm 64 years old, and you have to feel as far as that you've accomplished something in life,
Okay.
and it's usually through like work, or it could be a hobby, or something that you felt good that you've done throughout your life. Could be raising children,
Why do we need purpose?
because it motivates us, um, and
Why do we need to be motivated?
well, I think too, if you're if you're unmotivated, and if you sit around all the time without any purpose,
Hmm.
um, I think you tend to be more depressed, and then it builds on itself.
Okay. So a livelihood prevents depression?
No, 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 not at all. Um, because there's a lot of people who work just for a paycheck.
Okay.
I mean, just for like the health benefits.
How
You
about
know what I mean?
a meaningful livelihood prevents depression? Would that would that be something that
Well, that's one way. Okay, if you look at it that way. But I mean, something, or else like just like a hobby where you're not out, bringing home the bread. You know what I mean?
okay.
But something, um, like a hobby, or like, say, some people are really into gardening.
Uh-huh.
They belong to clubs and whatnot.
Okay.
Or some people they're into fishing, or else art. Art is another.
Okay. Maybe I can step back and broaden this out and ask what what prevents depression the most in your mind, do you think?
Well, it is. I mean, clinically, is depression a chemical imbalance of the brain, right?
Okay.
Okay, but
That's how you're defining depression?
well, yeah, but I mean, if you keep busy a lot of times doing something constructive, you don't really have time to be depressed,
Okay.
or to think depressing thoughts.
So keeping busy prevents depression. Would that be kind of where you're at?
Yeah, well, do you know what then? But then we also said too about with people who don't like their jobs, but yet they're busy,
Uh-huh.
they still might be depressed. They'll go home and yell at their wife and kids. You know what I mean?
What do you think causes depression the most? What's the biggest cause of depression, do you think?
Probably hopelessness.
Okay. Hopelessness causes depression. What's the difference between depression and hopelessness?
Well, something can happen, say, out of the ordinary. I mean, the people who have, lost their homes or whatnot due to a natural catastrophe, they could feel hopeless. Everything's gone. But yet, I wouldn't consider, they might not be considered um, depressed, depressed. But hopelessness will probably cause um, depression. And I think as we go throughout our lives, it isn't all you know fun and games. Sometimes we get depressed. You know what I mean? And
Would you say we all suffer depression?
no, I think that the word depression is encompasses somebody. Do you know what I mean? It um,
It's
I mean,
more severe than hopelessness?
we feel depressed, right? But that doesn't mean that we are, say, clinically depressed, right?
Okay.
Okay.
What gives you hope?
Waking up every day and I'm alive. Alive and kicking. What gives me hope? Well, that everything's running smoothly, you know, my house is intact. Like you said, you wake up in the morning, that 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 gives me hope.
Okay. Obviously, if you didn't wake up in the morning, you wouldn't have hope because you wouldn't be there to have hope, right? Is there anything
Yeah.
else that gives you hope other than just waking up?
Um, well, yeah, hoping. That's a good question. Uh,
Is it important for us to know what gives us hope?
um, not really.
Knowing what gives us hope doesn't really matter that much to you?
No, I guess as long as you have it, like I say, you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go. Um, you hope, it's a nice day, the weather's nice. You know what I mean? So we should move on to something other than hope. I get stumped on that one.
We can end it there. I have other methods of maybe generating another idea if you
Yeah,
like.
yeah. You
So
seem to have a lot of good ideas, and then I'll respond to.
okay, this is what I call my quantum claim generator,
Okay.
and in it is just a bunch of words written down on pieces of paper. The colors of the paper don't matter.
Yeah.
So if you'd like, I'll have you pick one of the words,
Okay.
read the word. You can either define the word
Yeah.
or talk about it however you want.
Very
And
good.
sometimes that can kind of generate an idea that you might want to explore.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Pick a good one. Watch it be hope. I hope it's not hope.
Hope it's not hope.
Reality.
Reality. Okay. Do you want to talk about reality?
Um,
How would you
Well,
define reality?
we live in reality. This is reality. I see you. You see me.
Seeing stuff is reality?
Well, with one of your senses. I think that's the biggest. Um, of your senses to actually see things. Okay, in
It's one
front
of
of
the tools
you.
we have to experience reality?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see stuff that isn't real?
Yes, we can. Or no. I'm sorry. Um, well, there are some things that you can't see with the naked eye, but yet do exist.
Okay. So it's one of the tools, vision, I guess,
Yes.
observation.
Yep.
Observation.
Yep.
Um, how reliable is observation as a tool to experience reality? Like 0 to 100.
I think it's probably one of the best tools. So, you know, you want to give it a 95?
95?
Yep.
Okay. So observation
Yes.
is
With
a
your
reliable.
with your senses, and then we can go through the other senses like hearing,
Mhm.
feeling.
Okay.
But I think sight is probably the number one to experience reality for what's real. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
about 95% reliable. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, 95% reliable.
We're talking about the reliability of observation
Yeah.
to experience reality.
Say, downgrade it to 70.
70?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What would make it go up from 70, do you think? What would you have to learn to consider observation to be higher in reliability than 70?
Maybe to feel it.
Okay, like tangibility.
Yeah. Tangibility.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're saying
To see something and then to touch it. To know that,
that
in
would
fact, this is
increase.
real.
Okay, that would increase the likelihood that it's real
Yes.
from observation only.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're saying 70. Okay. So you're saying observation has a 70% reliability to
I
tell if
might change
something's
that
real.
as we go on. I might change that as we go on. I'm just warning you.
All right.
Okay, now,
What?
and then
ahead.
feeling when you can touch something, and you want to put it on a percentile. So the whole thing's going to add up to 100. Is that correct?
Does it need to?
Well, it's a nice number, 100%. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then another thing that you might observe to sell that something is real is you can also smell.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have
Okay, so
tangible touching.
we're making a pie chart here. And you're
Yeah,
saying
that'll work. A
you're
pie
saying
chart.
70% of the pie chart will do
Well,
like
why don't we do half? Why don't we do half?
half? So
Yeah.
now it's down to 50?
Yeah, 50% is with sight.
Okay, sight is 50.
Yeah, and then um
And then you said touch, right?
yes,
Touch
I
would
think
be,
that's
where would touch be?
that would be the next reliable source of
Okay.
if something is real.
Okay.
Okay. Um touch would be say 20%.
20. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right, because now we're at 70, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Okay.
then smell.
Smell is next.
Yeah, do you think smell? Yeah, and let me see. That would be
You got 30 points left.
But hold it. Now let's see how many other perceptions to perceive or other ways to
Hearing?
perceive. Yes, hearing. Ooh, hearing's a good one.
Is hearing more reliable to
Than
tell if
smell.
something's real than smell?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so hearing is here.
Yes.
And then smell?
You know, it depends what it is too. You know what I mean?
Well, I think one of the last ones
I
is
mean,
taste, right?
I can't smell this. You know what I mean?
Taste?
Yeah.
Is taste the least reliable way to tell if something's real?
Now that depends on what the subject is. You know, like say that peppermint candy there, I would assume it would taste like peppermint. I see it looks like peppermint, right? I can maybe open up the lid and smell it. I don't need to touch it though, right?
To know that it's peppermint?
Yeah.
What's the best way to tell if it's peppermint?
Taste.
That would be so that's what you mean by it depends on what we're observing.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
what we're
what the
sensing.
subject is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is there anything that's real that we can't do any of this to tell if it's real?
Yeah, there is. Like, say the light that we see, right? It's all white light, okay? But there's different waves of light, and some of it we can't see.
And we can't touch, hear, smell, and taste
Yes,
it.
yes.
But you know it's real. How do you know white light is real?
Because it's what we see.
But
Okay.
that's the sight part. I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm asking about something that we can't do any of this for.
Well, like I say, like there's different wavelengths with white light. Okay. Like some of the ultraviolet light we can't see.
Okay.
We don't even know, and
How do we know that's real? How do we know ultraviolet light is real?
Well, because it can react with certain things to make them glow.
How do we know it's reacting?
Because our high school science teacher told us. I read it in a book.
Okay. How reliable is a high school science teacher to know if something's real?
Well, we do as we're told, We believe what we've been told,
How reliable is that?
You have to figure stuff out on your own a lot of times.
What's the best way to figure stuff out on your own?
To experience it yourself.
Okay.
But you can't experience, you could go to, a museum, and they have these mineral rocks that glow in the dark because it's ultraviolet light. Do you ever see that at the Franklin Institute? Where are you from, by the way?
Well, so I'm from the Puget Sound area, Olympia, Seattle area.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
I've seen, I've gone to the aquariums there, and there's, super weird organisms that glow, and is that kind of what you mean?
Could be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like what, like corals, you mean?
Yeah, and,
What, they put a special light on it? And...
Well, there's, jellyfish and things like that, change colors.
Oh, really?
On the fly,
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Do you know, I have a first cousin who lives in the Puget Sound.
Oh, okay.
And he said one of the biggest problems up there are the birders clogging up the roads. Do you ever experience that?
Oh, no,
People bird watching.
I've done some
Really?
birding myself.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool places to do that, but I've never run into any issues with when
they stop in the road to look at.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That kind of traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're stopping car traffic because of birding.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever experience that at the Puget Sound?
Maybe I'm one of them. Maybe I should check myself.
Okay, now where were we? We were talking about.
We're talking about reality.
Yeah, and things
and how we know that something's real.
That's right. Bacteria, germs, you can't see them.
Right.
You might see what the aftermath of what they can do to your body or to something, but you don't actually see it.
Right.
And so I see what you mean. Say something. Another thing too would be if a tree falls in the woods, right? But no one witnesses it. No one sees it fall. Did it really fall?
What do you think?
Well, I think because of the aftermath, seeing the tree on the ground, it had to get down there some way. And that's something that you can see or you can touch.
We walked through this park on day one, the tree is there.
Yeah.
We walk through the park on day 2, the tree's on the ground. Nobody saw it, but we see that it's on the ground now.
It's the result.
Okay.
Of the action.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that an event can take place in reality even if there's no observation of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Well, that was fun. You have any questions for me?
No. Hey, I'm not doing anything. Do you mind if I
wanna do
pick
another
another
one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can.
You want to switch roles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you mind
we'll
if I-
switch and he
No,
can ask the
no,
questions
go
this
ahead,
time.
come on over.
This is my first time doing this IRL.
Well,
so.
you need to practice,
Yeah.
and so do I. This is
Awesome.
my
Don't mind?
first time
Yeah.
too.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Yeah.
You want the lapel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. This is what it's about. When we have to stop and think. That's kind of our goal,
Right.
is to get people to think. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, good.
Yeah. And I love doing it. And it makes me think too.
You're free to use this to take
Okay.
notes, whatever you want to do.
Wonderful. Cool. All right.
Okay, so
Now I'm in the hot seat.
okay, no, I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, we're in the hot seat together because
Yep.
it's my first time doing it. So.
Okay,
All right.
so I'm gonna pick a word.
And you can skip it. You
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can pick another one if you want.
Okay, yeah. There's no, Milo. This isn't for you. Prayer.
Prayer.
Yeah.
Rare?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Yeah. I'll stick with this one.
You're gonna stick with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll
All
stick
right.
with it. Okay.
Prayer. You want to tell me about prayer?
Well, I think it's good for some people.
Okay.
Myself, I don't pray.
Okay.
I would be considered a apathetic agnostic. But I think prayer is good for some people because it gives them hope.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, he said
Prayer is good for some people because it gives them hope.
Oh, back to hope.
back
Yes,
to hope.
back
Yeah,
to
back to hope.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So I just want to, because there's some 3 terms, and people use these terms very differently. So if I can get some clarification on them, if I could.
Certainly.
So when you say prayer, what do you mean by prayer?
Oh, people can be praying to different things, you know. I would assume with the word prayer meaning to praying to either God or to Jesus Christ.
Praying to God. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Milo?
when they're doing that, how would they be doing that? Like how is that prayer? Or what are they doing when they're praying to God?
They can
and
either
Jesus Christ?
speak loudly or speak to themselves.
Okay.
If they get themselves in a sort of meditative state, I would say.
Okay.
That's the goal of it, you know.
Okay, so prayer is speaking, whether out loud or to yourselves, in like a meditative state,
Yes.
like
reaching
around
out.
an idea or something.
Or I think most prayers they're probably asking for something. Asking.
For something. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would get out of it.
The apathetic part. What is an apathetic agnostic?
I don't really care.
You don't really care? Okay. Don't care about what?
I don't care about religion.
You don't care about
it
religion.
It
Okay.
isn't in my life at this point. I don't think it will be. I wasn't brought up with a strong religious background.
Interesting. Religion is really important to people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Is there a reason that it's not important to you?
I just, don't believe in a higher being.
Okay.
Okay. And it's something that I keep to myself. I never want to offend anybody.
Well, feel
about-
free to speak your mind here.
Yeah. But I don't, express my thoughts, apathetic atheist and whatnot, because I don't want to offend anybody. One of my best friends, she's a practicing Catholic.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. It can be a
So, and
sensitive
then
subject for some people.
I'd hate to upset her,
Hmm.
over something like that,
So prayer isn't something that you do.
No, I don't pray.
Do you think it could be beneficial for people to do?
For yes. I mean, that's just me. But if somebody else, if they want to pray, I think, you know, um, it's good because it gives them hope
Okay.
to stay positive so that they don't get depressed.
So prayer is good um, because it can give them hope.
Yes, which is something positive.
How do you know that prayer gives people hope?
Well, um, how do I know that it gives the people hope, right?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be doing something, or they wouldn't be praying, right?
I don't know.
Um, the act of praying,
The act of praying.
yeah, to give people hope. Um,
Yeah. How could we test whether or not when somebody prays if it does or doesn't give them hope?
we can ask them.
We can ask them. Okay. That's what we can ask them. Okay. And how would they how are we able to measure that, right? How would we determine their level of hope? How will we know if they're lying or not?
You'd have to take it at face value.
So,
There's no, um, you know, black or white. You know what I mean?
mhm. Okay. So, how confident are you that prayer is good? Like on like a 0 to 100, like 100%, like prayer is definitely good. It
It's
gives.
good. Okay, it's good for some people. Okay,
Yeah.
but not for everybody. I mean, I wouldn't pray. Maybe I would. Who knows?
So maybe like 50% in the middle, like it's not real confident that it is good, or
I think it is good.
you think it is
Prayer.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe more like the 60 or 70%.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So if you asked people and that did pray, um, and then they stopped praying for some reason, and they told you that they used to think that prayer was good, and they stopped praying because it no longer gave them hope, would that change your confidence about the method of asking them whether or not hope was effective, or
Prayer is
prayer was
effective.
effective for hope? Yeah.
Wow. If somebody,
So in
oh,
other
well,
words,
yeah, I would definitely ask a question.
right.
I mean, one of my friends, she said she prayed for some homeless
Hmm.
person,
Yeah.
at church. Um, now she said, "Nah, I'm not praying anymore."
Mhm.
I would definitely ask why.
Okay. All right. So so my question was more like, if somebody prays, right, can they be mistaken about whether or not it was good for them?
Could they be mistaken?
Yeah. Because could they think that it's giving them hope, but it really doesn't?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. That's an honest answer. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So if is there any other way that we could determine whether or not like prayer is good?
To determine.
Yeah. Or is there any other reasons that you believe that hope is good?
Well, if
Or
their
excuse me, where
prayers
prayer is good. Yeah.
if their prayers were like answered.
Okay. If prayers were answered, that would add to your confidence level that
Oh,
prayer
big
is good.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How would we be able to determine if people's prayers are answered or not?
How would we be able to determine?
Yeah, if people's prayers were answered.
Well, you'd have to talk to them, find out their situation. You know, did things improve? You know,
Okay.
the results, right? If the prayer was answered, the result of the reply.
Okay. So if we were to ask somebody whether or not their prayer was answered, right, that would increase your confidence that prayer is good, right? Is there any?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
In the same kind of idea, if is there something that would like lower your confidence, like if their prayer wasn't answered?
Well, whose prayers are ever answered?
I don't know. How would we be able to figure that out, right?
What's that?
How would we be able to figure that out?
Yeah. Something. Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good answer. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's like sometimes we just don't know, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So if like one of the only ways that we can know that prayer is good, because both of these kind of have that same idea of like asking them, like how can we be so sure that prayer is good, right? Especially if like you had said about like unanswered prayers, like I don't know then, like how do I test that? So like how can we know that prayer is the good?
How can we know?
Yeah, if our only way to figure that out is really by asking somebody, but they like we kind of determined already that they could be mistaken.
Yeah, and usually when people pray, it's usually a personal thing too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
It's a
personal thing.
personal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what you were saying about like it being kind of like a meditative state.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So would you want to elaborate more on that? Like, would you like explain more what you mean by like the personal thing that it's like a meditative state and like how that could be prayer being good? Like, how is that benefiting the individual?
It gives them hope.
Gives them hope. If they were mistaken about the prayer giving them hope, um, and there is some other method that they could utilize to get hope, would you still think that that prayer is a good thing?
Well, you know what they say. A little bit of prayer never does anything wrong. No, but let me. Okay, so rephrase that question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, so like how you said, like a little no prayer doesn't do anything bad if it gives you a
Yeah.
little bit of hope. But what happens if the person decides to pray
Okay.
for hope rather than let's say
Doing something
doing
about
something
the
about it?
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It could
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. To rely on prayer as opposed to uh, trying to make steps to correct the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems like a good answer.
Yeah.
All right. Would you still say that like you're 60% confident that prayer is good?
Yes, because it doesn't do harm, and
Hmm.
it gives the person praying. It gives them hope.
Hmm.
But then again, as we discussed earlier, maybe they should, if they have a problem, they should address it as opposed to relying on prayer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, prayer is just an extra thing, you know?
Hmm.
It's an extra.
So if somebody could potentially do something rather than praying that could prevent a harm, would the prayer be doing harm then?
I think too, like, you know, a lot of times when people pray, it's just like a minute out of your day or whatever. But I'm sure some people pray for hours. You know what I mean?
Could you think of an example where prayer might actually cause harm directly?
Where they don't take any action and they just,
Yeah.
well, I could give you an example.
Sure.
If like a house is on fire
Yeah.
and they don't get out, they just pray, chances are they're going to get burned alive.
Yeah.
You know?
that would certainly do it, right?
Yeah. So,
All right.
yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me about it?
No, but thanks a lot for jarring my brain.
It's really coming down. Do you have something in mind?
I appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
And I
Fun.
just want to let you know that you're not alone. Well, at least I am. I'm an agnostic atheist, and I would make the claim that certain gods definitely do not exist. So.
Yeah.
And it is hard because there's a large portion of the world that holds those beliefs very strongly, and
So what is it? Are you guys into philosophy? Is that?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I enjoy philosophy. There was this person called Anthony Metabosco that he kind of ran with this idea that we call street epistemology. Well, he's Sound Epistemology, his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But he kind of came up with this method of like having these polite conversations with people and getting to think about their beliefs without just yelling at people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our goal, is to get people to think and then to spread the method. To get other people to reflect on their reasons, because we believe that if everybody holds beliefs for better reasons, we'll have a better society, right?
Oh, I see. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
From one of those puzzle pieces if you want.
What's
So
that?
these,
It's really coming
like, the idea is you can take one of these today,
Yeah.
and then if you see us out here, if you see Sasha out here again, and you want to have another conversation, you can get another color and build out the whole set. This kind of helps you remember the conversation, and it's a way for you to maybe have another one someday.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Sure.
I'll take the yellow.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Maybe we'll see you around.
Yeah.
Do you have a phone on you? Because I can show you.
You are.
You could take this. Takes you right to my YouTube channel if you're interested in seeing some other conversations like this. I can help you do it too.
Yeah, no, I'm not too good with my
Yeah.
phone.
I can help you.
I never had it.
So go like you're taking a picture.
Yeah. Take a
Just
picture.
hold it on there. And tap this. Oh, sorry. Yep. All right. So that takes you right to my YouTube channel, and so I've got all of these other conversations on there too. And if you want to
Critical
check
thinking
them out,
exercise. Yeah.
then hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe. So
Okay.
yeah, thanks so much for stopping.
Yeah.
That was
thank
really
you.
fun.
I was wondering what you guys were doing here.
Yeah.
When I was on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks for stopping. Take care.
Isn't this fun?
I love it, man. Love it. Ask a few questions.
That was great.
He was a very wonderful person too.
Yeah. That was good.
The honesty.
Yeah. Nice work.
Thank you. Yeah, you too, man. Yeah.
That was a little bit kind of took a while to get off the ground there.
Yeah. Finding a claim. This is probably the biggest change, is finding a claim where it's like, or
It
doing,
can be.
especially with the practice sections, like, or just, oh, here's a claim, let's go, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Usually they have them lined up.
right, where it's like, okay, well, here prayer, well, let's actually find the claim within prayer, right? And it's like, okay, well, I'm agnostic, right? So, okay, so I don't really prayer. So, well, what do we do about it? Like, okay, prayer is good. All right, cool.
I wanted him to define hope.
I know I didn't want to push him more on it because you had already pushed him on it. So I was just kind of
I
got.
didn't ask him how he defined hope.
I didn't. Oh no, I thought he. Oh no, because hope is his reason for motivation and purpose. See, I thought you had. No, man, bummer. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah,
No, that was fun.
it was good. Like, no, when you were questioning him, and he sat back in his chair, and I'm like, that's successful essay right
Yeah.
there. That's it. When it's like, and then he like minute or two, and that's a hard question. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, no, he had a lot of deep thinking while you were talking to him too. That was good.
Yeah, fun stuff. That's much better than doing it on the server for sure. Yeah. Or doing Luke.
We love you, Luke. That was fun. That's never happened to where I had an interview and then they wanted to do another one, and I got the other SEer to do it.
Or not only that, he wanted to do another one after he did your other one, and then he wanted to do a third one. I think he liked the McCann. That's a really good idea.